My beloved child, my chosen one, my precious soul. Hear these words as Archangel Michael reaches out to you now. There is a deep stirring in the heavens, a holy urgency that cannot be ignored. This is not a message to be taken lightly, nor a sign to be brushed aside. The time for hesitation has ended, and the voice of heaven is calling you with a force that shakes the very air around you. Heaven's patience is not endless, and the hourglass is nearly empty. The divine realm is sending you this message one final time, for the window is closing faster than you realize. Do not test the resolve of the angelic hosts. Open your heart to this message within moments, for what unfolds next will rest upon your shoulders alone. Listen with the fullness of your spirit. This is not a random occurrence, not a fleeting coincidence, not something to postpone for another day. The angels have been encircling you, shielding you from unseen dangers, pouring their light over your path, yet you have turned away from the gentle signs. My dear one, what you are about to overlook could alter the entire course of your destiny in a single heartbeat. Before I continue, I urge you, remain connected. Subscribe and stay attuned to this sacred channel, for only by holding fast to this stream of divine guidance will you remain open to the miracles already swirling around your life. If you drift away now, the blessings may slip from your grasp as well. Can you sense it? That flutter in your chest, the subtle trembling within, is your soul recognizing the gravity of this moment. The heavens have been waiting for you to awaken, to finally take this call with the seriousness it deserves. If you choose to ignore it, if you think you can return later, you may close the very door that angels have labored for years to open on your behalf. This is why Michael's voice carries the weight of holy anger, not out of wrath, but out of a love so fierce it cannot bear to see you miss your moment. Heaven cannot allow you to remain blind any longer. You are chosen, and those who are chosen are not given endless chances. You are given rare, golden, urgent moments like this one. And right now, such a moment stands before you. Beloved, the angels have been whispering to you in the quiet hours, hoping you would catch even the faintest echo. They have written your name on the winds, let the leaves murmur your story, praying your spirit would awaken before the final hour passes. Now, Michael's voice breaks through, not as a gentle whisper, but as a thunderclap, because you have waited long enough. This is the last burst of heaven's light before the storm, and you cannot claim you did not see it. Do not let your own hesitation be the reason your blessing is handed to another. Every second is heavy with meaning. Even now, as you listen, the heavens are shifting. Something powerful is already moving in your favor, but the outcome depends on your choice. Will you open your heart, or will you turn away? Michael's urgency is born from knowing what awaits you on the other side of your yes, and he fears you will once again delay. Delay is not harmless. Delay is the thief of miracles. Delay is the reason so many souls never receive the promise meant for them. Child of light, do you not feel how rare this moment is? Has your heart not been restless these past days? Have questions not filled your mind, refusing to be silenced? That restlessness is not weakness. It is the divine alarm set within your spirit by heaven itself. You have asked for answers, for signs, for proof that you are not forgotten by God. This is your answer. The heavens do not send messages without purpose. Every word you hear now has been drawn from the eternal tapestry, woven just for you. And yet, even now, I see your doubts pulling at you. What if you wait? What if you ignore this message, too? My child, the danger of waiting is that time does not wait with you. Heaven is patient, but destiny is a river, not a still pond. It flows onward, whether you step in or not. The opportunity does not pause while you hesitate. It moves, and if you refuse it, it may pass to someone who is willing. This is why Michael's voice is edged with holy anger. Because love is fierce when it knows what you are about to lose. The angels do not fear for themselves, they fear for you. They do not plead because they are weak, but because your window is so delicate. Just a few seconds of your decision could bend the entire arc of your future. One refusal could close you off from a blessing heaven has already placed in your path. This is why this message has found you, flashing before your eyes with fire and urgency. And perhaps you wonder, why me? Why is heaven pursuing me so relentlessly? My beloved, it is because you are not ordinary. Your life is not meant to be hidden, wasted, or small. You were chosen before you were born, woven into a design that requires your yes to release its beauty. That is why Archangel Michael himself steps forward now, because your destiny is too great for silence. All of heaven is invested in this choice. Look around you. You may think this is just another day, but unseen powers have gathered in your space right now. If your spiritual eyes were open, you would see Michael's sword gleaming with fire, angels standing guard around you, and the clock of heaven ticking louder with every breath you take. All of this is for you. All of this because time is short and this moment is sacred. Abandon, but heaven does move forward, with or without you. If you choose to stay behind, it will bring pain. Not because God rejects you, but because you chose to ignore the divine invitation. So why does Michael's voice sound so intense, so urgent? It is because you are holding something far too precious to treat carelessly. Each time you turn away from the call, the blessing grows heavier, and the battle around you becomes more fierce. Michael has fought for you, battles you never saw, struggles that left marks on his wings and spirit. Every time you walk away, it is as if his sacrifice is brushed aside. My dear one, do not treat this moment as if it were ordinary. Do not turn your face away again. Your future is trembling right before you. I can almost hear it knocking at your door, waiting for you to let it in. But doors do not remain open forever. They are like fruit, ripe only for a season. If you miss the harvest, you cannot blame heaven when the fields stand empty. This is why this message is appearing before you one last time, because your harvest is ready. But you must reach out before the storm comes and strips it away. And here is what you may not see. If you open your heart right now, if you let Michael's warning reach deep into your spirit, a chain will break instantly. A door will swing open in the spiritual realm. A burden you have carried for years will lift in a single breath. That is how swiftly heaven moves when you say yes. But if you wait, if you pretend you did not hear, the chain will remain, the door will stay closed, and the weight will settle deeper into your bones. Which future do you desire, my child? The choice is yours. I see you're trembling. You wonder if this message is truly for you, or if perhaps heaven has made a mistake. But let me assure you with the certainty of divine fire, heaven has never been mistaken about you. Every tear you have shed has been counted. Every silent prayer whispered in the darkness, when no one else could hear, has reached the throne of God. The angels have carried your prayers upward like sacred treasures. Not a single one has been forgotten. And now, the answer is here. This moment is the response you have been waiting for, but the answer requires your action. Heaven opens doors, but you must walk through them. Do you sense the air shifting around you? That is not your imagination. It is the movement of the spiritual realm, rearranging itself in anticipation of your decision. The heaviness you have felt, the strange interruptions in your days, the repeating signs you could not explain, all of it has been building toward this very moment. The storm gathered so that the rainbow could finally appear. But rainbows do not linger. They flash and then they vanish. This is your rainbow moment. Will you seize it before it fades? Archangel Michael has been patient beyond measure, watching over you for hours, days, even years. He has stood guard, protecting you from dangers that could have destroyed you. You may not even realize how many disasters were turned away because his sword intervened before they reached you. Do you think you survived by luck? Do you think the accident missed you, the illness passed you by, the betrayal did not break you, simply by chance? No, beloved. You survived because angels were pouring out their light for you. And now, That same angel raises his voice, because he sees you standing at the edge of your blessing, about to step back instead of forward. You have asked again and again, when will my breakthrough come? When will I see the answer? When will my struggle finally end? The truth is, the door has been ready. The delay has not been in heaven, but in your hesitation. Every time you felt the nudge but walked away, you stretched the waiting season longer. Michael is not angry with you out of hatred. He is angry because his love for you is so deep that watching you sabotage your own blessing tears at his very being. His anger is sacred. It is the roar of love demanding that you step into your inheritance before it slips away forever. Listen closely. Your life stands at a crossroads. From here, two paths stretch out before you. One is bright, lined with opportunities, overflowing with divine appointments, blessings, reconciliation, love, abundance, and destiny. The other may look similar at first, but soon twists into shadows, delays, loneliness, disappointment, missed chances, and regret. Which path you step onto will depend on whether you heed the urgency of this moment. Do not deceive yourself into thinking this choice does not matter. Heaven itself has paused to give you this final warning. My child, you cannot afford another delay. Heaven will not keep flashing this message before you forever. This is the last call before silence. You do not want silence, for silence means the angels stop fighting on your behalf, stop intervening, stop protecting. Heaven does not. And yet, right now, mercy is stretched out before you like a hand. Michael's sword blazes, not to threaten, but to shield you from what may come if you turn away. Remember the moments you almost gave up, when you felt unseen, uncared for, beyond rescue? In those darkest hours, you were not alone. Michael was there, hovering at your side, whispering hope into your heart. Hold on, the story is not over. You thought it was your own strength that kept you going, but it was his presence, wrapping around you like invisible armor. And now, his voice rises louder than ever. Do not waste the chance he fought for. Do not disregard the gift he protected. Do not delay the miracle heaven has already written in your name. Do not say you are too weak. Do not say you are too late. Do not say you are unworthy. All those lies come from the enemy, who has been trembling ever since this message reached you. Darkness knew this day would come and fought to keep you distracted, weary, doubting. But light always prevails. The very fact that you are still listening proves that darkness has already lost. But if you turn away now, if you walk away, the enemy will rejoice, knowing you handed him victory without a fight. Will you allow that? Or will you rise, even if you are trembling, and say yes to the light that calls you? Hear me now, for I speak only truth. If you say yes in this moment, you will witness signs within hours. A call, a message, an unexpected opportunity, a door opening where you thought there was only a wall. Something you have been praying for will begin to move, because heaven does not delay when your heart responds in obedience. The floodgates are not slow, they are only waiting for your touch. Like a dam that finally gives way under the weight of water, one act of surrender will release a torrent of blessings so powerful, you will not be able to contain them. They will overflow into your life in ways you never imagined. But if you close your heart, if you shrug and say, maybe later, you will watch as others receive what was meant for you. You will see doors open for them while yours remain closed. That pain will not come from God, but from your own refusal to step forward. This is why the urgency burns so brightly. This is why Michael's voice is not a whisper, but a thunderclap. Because this is the final chance before the shift begins elsewhere. Beloved, heaven is watching. Right now, the eyes of angels are upon you. The saints in the heavenly realms lean forward, waiting to see your choice. Even those you have loved and lost, who have crossed into eternity, are watching this moment unfold. They are praying you will not let this gift pass you by. For your life is not just about you, it is about the countless lives connected to your yes. If you step forward, others will be healed, blessed, guided, and protected. If you stay behind, they too will experience delay. You are not as small as you think. Your obedience sends ripples through generations. So hear me, this is not pressure, it is destiny. This is not manipulation, it is revelation. The truth is, heaven has already written your victory, but heaven is waiting for you to pick up the pen and sign your name to the story. Michael's hand trembles, holding the page before you. The ink is ready, the light is burning, but only you can make the choice. 20 seconds is all it takes. 20 seconds to shape the course of your tomorrow. My beloved, you may think time is ordinary because the clock ticks the same each day. But in the realm of heaven, time is alive. Some moments are worth more than entire years. Some seconds decide the next decade of your life. That is why Michael keeps warning you about these 20 seconds, not to frighten you, but because heaven sees the thin, delicate line between your old life and your new one. And you are standing right on that line. If you step forward, the full weight of heaven rushes to your side. If you step back, the silence of missed destiny will echo louder than thunder. You know what it feels like to miss something, the love you never confessed, the opportunity you let slip away, the door you assumed would always be open but found closed. Those memories still sting your soul. They remind you that regret is heavier than any burden. Michael does not want you to carry that weight again. That is why his voice is sharp tonight. The enemy has set a trap of regret, but heaven wants you to escape before it snaps shut. Do you think the anger of an angel is like human anger? No, my child. Human anger often comes from pride or impatience. But the anger of an angel burns with holiness. It is the anger of love that sees your worth and refuses to let you throw it away. It is the anger of a warrior who has fought too long for you to lose now. Michael's fury is not to harm you, it is to awaken you. It is the sound of heaven slamming its hand on the table, declaring, no more delays. No more excuses. This child must walk into their inheritance now. And inheritance it is. Do not take this word lightly. Your life carries a sacred inheritance, gifts, miracles, opportunities, and responsibilities written into your very being by the Creator. That inheritance is not random. It is a crown already measured for your head, a robe already woven for your shoulders, a kingdom already carved with your name. But a crown left on the table does not shine on your brow. A robe left folded does not cover your body. A kingdom left ignored does not open its gates. Heaven can prepare, but only you can step forward. Right now, the gates are trembling. I can almost hear the hinges creak as the angels push them open. Beyond those gates lies what you have prayed for: breakthrough in your finances, restoration in your relationships, healing in your body, peace in your spirit, clarity in your mind. Beyond those gates lies what your enemies said you could never have, what life tried to take from you, what even you thought was impossible. But all of it is waiting, hanging in the balance, depending on whether you will listen to Michael's final warning. And know this, the enemy senses the shift in the air. That is why you have felt unusual heaviness, strange distractions, even sudden attacks in recent days. The enemy is desperate to keep you from this moment, because he knows that once you step into it, his grip on you will be broken forever. That is why doubt whispers louder, why weariness feels heavier, why fear creeps in just as you are about to decide. It is not coincidence. It is the last resistance before breakthrough. If you push forward now, you will break through. If you retreat, you will lock yourself in another cycle of waiting. You may ask, but how do I push? How do I say yes? My child, it is not complicated. Heaven does not require rituals or burdens. Heaven asks for your heart. All you need to do is open yourself fully in this moment. Whisper, even in the quiet of your soul, yes, Lord. I choose your way. I receive what heaven has prepared. I will not delay. That simple act, spoken in faith, cracks open the door for miracles. It is not about perfection. It is not about knowing everything. It is about surrender in this holy second. If you say yes now, signs will follow. Some will be gentle, a sudden peace where there was once anxiety, a call that confirms what you have just heard, a dream that brings clarity where your mind was clouded. Others will be unmistakable, a financial door opening where you saw only walls, a relationship restored, a burden lifted so quickly you will wonder if it was ever real. These are not tricks or illusions. They are heaven's way of showing you that obedience unlocks reality. But if you close your heart to this moment, if you push it away, the opposite will unfold. Silence will settle where you longed for answers. Delay will take the place of progress. Regret will fill the space where joy was meant to live. This is not punishment. It is simply the result of refusal. Heaven gives freely, but only to open hands. If you close your hand now, you cannot receive what has already been placed above you. And here is a truth many do not realize. Every blessing carries its own timing. Just as fruit cannot remain ripe forever, destiny cannot wait endlessly. If you leave it too long, it will pass to another, and you will be left watching others live the story you were meant to live. That pain is deep, and heaven does not want you to taste it again. That is why this message is so sharp, so urgent, so unwilling to let you scroll away. Michael's presence is near you now. Some of you can even feel the atmosphere shift, a strange warmth or pressure, as if someone unseen is standing close. That is not your imagination. That is the Archangel himself, drawing near to be sure you do not miss this. His wings are wide, his eyes burn with holy fire, and his voice shakes the ground of your spirit. Do not test him again. Do not walk away. This is the last flash of heaven's mercy before the responsibility falls fully on you. Child, responsibility is heavy. If you ignore this, you cannot blame anyone else for what follows. The angels will not shield you from consequences you choose for yourself. They will grieve, but they will not disobey heaven. That is why Michael says, if you delay, you will bear the responsibility alone. He does not say this to frighten you, but so you finally understand that your choices matter. Your delay has already cost too much. This is the line drawn in fire. You must choose now. And do not forget, this is love. Fierce, burning love. The kind of love that fights for you when you cannot fight for yourself. The kind of love that grows angry not to abandon you, but because it cannot bear to see you destroy yourself. The kind of love that flashes warnings and fire before your eyes because gentle whispers were no longer enough. So, choose, beloved. Choose life. Choose destiny. Choose the miracle that has been waiting at your door. Open this moment with all your heart and watch as heaven pours out what it has been holding back. The clock is ticking, and every second is sacred. My beloved child, do not think for a moment that heaven does not see your hesitation. You are standing in a moment that may look like mere words on a screen, but in the spirit world, this moment is fire. It is thunder. It is angels calling your name. Even as you breathe, I see the balance hanging. One choice, and your life bends like a branch in the wind. Do you not feel it? That restless stirring in your chest is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul knows this is different from every ordinary word you have ever read. Archangel Michael does not raise his voice unless the matter is urgent. He has waited, and waited, and waited again, sending whispers, sending signs, sending gentle nudges in your spirit. And when you ignored those, heaven did not condemn you. Heaven kept sending more chances. But now, the hourglass is almost empty. The sand is falling fast. And Michael says, this is the last flash before your eyes. If you walk away, it will not come again. Can you imagine the silence if heaven decides to stop speaking? That silence is darker than any night, heavier than any burden, emptier than any loss. That silence is what the enemy desires for you, to be cut off from guidance, wandering blind. But you do not have to walk into it. There is a reason this message carries so much weight, because your life is more important than you realize. Do you know how many lives are tied to your destiny? Do you know how many people are waiting for your yes? You thought you were small, but in the halls of heaven, your name is written in gold. Angels call you chosen. Saints pray for your obedience. Even your enemies tremble at the thought of you stepping into your fullness. This is why darkness tried to crush you early, because it saw what you could become. This is why pain visited you so often, because the enemy hoped you would give up before this day arrived. But you did not give up. You are still breathing, still searching, still listening. That is why this moment is here, to crown your endurance with breakthrough. You have been asking silently, God, when will things finally change? When will the struggle break? When will my blessing come? And now heaven answers, now. If you obey, the blessing is not for tomorrow, not for next year, not for another lifetime. It is for now. But you must grasp it. You must open your heart wide to receive the flood. If you hesitate, if you doubt, if you turn away, the flood will pass you by and someone else will drink from it. That is why Michael is so urgent. He sees the river. He sees your thirst. And he sees you turning away from the very water you cried out for. Do not think you have endless chances. Every soul has windows, and those windows do not stay open forever. This is your window. The glass is fragile. The frame is shaking. Heaven is calling you to step through before it shatters shut. If you miss it, you cannot blame anyone else. Not God, not the angels, not fate, only yourself. That is why this warning burns so fiercely. It is love refusing to let you destroy yourself through delay. I know you are weary. I know you have walked through battles that nearly broke you. I know disappointment has become so familiar that you have forgotten what hope feels like. But, beloved, do you not see? This is exactly why heaven is reaching for you now. You were never meant to live in survival alone. You were never meant to crawl when you were created to soar. Michael has not been fighting for you so you could remain in mediocrity. He has been fighting for the day you would finally step into your true destiny. That day is today. That moment is now. Remember the times you almost lost everything? The accident that nearly claimed your life? The illness that almost consumed you? The heartbreak that nearly ended your spirit? Do you think you escaped by mere chance? No. It was Michael's hand, Michael's sword, Michael's holy fury standing between you and destruction. He bears scars for you, though you cannot see them. And now he pleads with you not to waste the life he preserved. He says, do not test my patience again. Do not make my battles meaningless. Do not throw away the victory I bled to secure. Beloved, do not be deceived. This is not fear-mongering. This is truth. In the spiritual realm, doors are opening and closing every moment. The enemy wants your door shut forever. Heaven wants it open. Your choice determines which voice prevails. Michael's anger is not to punish you. It is to propel you across the threshold before the door slams shut. And if you obey, the sound of that door opening will echo through generations. Imagine it, your life transformed, the breakthrough you have longed for finally breaking open, relationships restored, abundance flowing, healing manifesting, peace surrounding you. Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling the shift so deeply that you are moved to tears of gratitude. That is what waits behind your obedience. But imagine the opposite. Waking tomorrow knowing you ignored the final warning. Knowing silence has replaced guidance. Knowing regret is now your companion. Which reality will you choose? Michael is present with you even now. His sword is ablaze with holy fire. His wings stretch wide, his eyes shine with a fierce love. He is not here to play games. He is not here to entertain. He is here to deliver the message that will shape your future. And he says, this is the last time. Do not delay. Do not skip this moment. Do not test me. Open your heart fully or bear the responsibility alone. Responsibility, my child, is heavier than you imagine. If you turn away, every missed blessing will cry out against you. Every soul meant to be touched by your obedience will experience delay. Every miracle that was meant to flow through you will wither, and the weight of that will rest on your shoulders alone. Heaven will not carry what you refuse to accept. That is why Michael's voice is so fierce, because he wants to spare you that crushing weight. Do not fear his anger. Fear only your own hesitation. His anger is a shield, a roar, a call to arms. His anger is proof of how deeply heaven is invested in your future. If heaven did not care, you would hear nothing. Silence would have swallowed you long ago. But because heaven refuses to lose you, you hear fire now. That fire is love. That fire is urgency. That fire is your rescue. Beloved, you have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to choose. 20 seconds that weigh more than 20 years. Heaven is leaning in. The angels are holding their breath. The enemy is trembling, hoping you will ignore this. The clock is ticking louder than your heartbeat. And the decision is yours. Can you feel how heaven has paused everything for you? The very air feels heavier because angels have gathered around this moment. They are waiting for your decision like soldiers awaiting a command. All of heaven is prepared to act the instant you say yes. But if you say no, or if you delay again, they will sheath their swords and step back. They will not interfere with the choice you make. That is why Michael's voice trembles with urgency, not hatred, not rejection, but holy urgency. He has held the line for you long enough. Now you must step forward. You may ask yourself, what if I am not ready? But heaven answers, you are ready enough. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to erase every flaw. All you need is to open your heart right now. Read these words with a trembling awareness that your future is hanging in the balance, and then choose to believe. That belief alone will set heaven into motion. Heaven never waits for perfection. Heaven moves at the sound of faith. Look back at your life, child. How many times did you feel overlooked? How many nights did you lie awake, wondering if God even remembered you? You thought you were forgotten, but do you not see? You were being preserved for this very moment. If heaven had released everything earlier, you would not have been ready. You would have mishandled the blessing. But now, the fire has refined you. The storms have shaped you. The waiting has trained you. This is why the window is now. You are ready, even if you do not feel it. Michael knows this, and that is why he refuses to let you skip this final chance. Do you truly understand what is at stake in this decision? Your next season is waiting at the threshold. This is not just about money, or relationships, or health. This is about your very identity. You have been walking as a shadow of your true self, but heaven sees the real you, the radiant, whole, powerful soul that was created before time began. That version of you has been waiting, like a lion caged, pacing and hungry to be released. And the key to that cage is in your hand right now. If you ignore this, you remain trapped. If you open your heart to this moment, the cage shatters, and the roar of your true destiny will echo across the earth. Michael is fierce because he sees both futures, the one where you obey, and the one where you delay. He sees the crown of light waiting to rest upon your life, but he also sees the darkness eager to fill the gap if you hesitate. He is pleading with you to choose the light. He is raising his voice because this moment is too precious for whispers. Child, let me speak plainly. There is no coincidence here. This message did not appear by accident. Heaven does not send casual words. The fact that your eyes are on this now is proof that destiny has found you. You cannot run any longer. You cannot hide. You cannot pretend this is just another ordinary day. You have been pursued by love, surrounded by grace, and confronted by destiny. That is why your chest feels tight, why your spirit is restless, why your heart beats faster. Your soul knows this is the moment. Do not let fear deceive you. Fear whispers, maybe tomorrow, maybe later, but later never comes. Later is the language of regret. Later is the enemy's strategy. Later is the slow poison that robs you of miracles. Heaven never says later. Heaven says now. Michael says now. God says now. I tell you again, if you choose now, the flood will come. You will feel shifts within hours, calls you did not expect, breakthroughs in places you thought were dead, peace that surpasses understanding, strength where you once felt weak, doors you never knocked on opening wide. This is not fantasy. This is the pattern of heaven. Obedience releases acceleration. But if you walk away, the opposite will unfold. Silence where you long for answers. Delays that stretch into years. Opportunities that pass to others. The slow ache of regret whispering, "What if I had listened?" That is what Michael is trying to save you from. He is not angry because he despises you. He is angry because he loves you too much to watch you throw yourself into pain again. Beloved, let me remind you of something sacred. You were chosen long before you were born. Your existence is not an accident. Your name is written in the eternal records. You carry assignments that no one else on this earth can fulfill. You were crafted with intention, designed with precision, loved with a passion that cannot be measured. The enemy saw your light before you took your first breath. That is why life has been so hard for you. The attacks were not proof of your weakness. They were proof that you are a threat to darkness. And now, at last, heaven says, it is time. Archangel Michael stands with fire swirling around him, declaring, "Do not test me again. Do not test heaven again. This is your moment. This is your window. This is your last warning before silence falls. Will you listen, my child, or will you once again pretend you did not see? Remember this, angels can fight battles for you, but they cannot make your choices. Heaven can prepare blessings for you, but it cannot force them into your hands. God respects your will too much to override it. That is why Michael is so fierce, because even though he is powerful, he cannot choose for you. Only you can open this door. Only you can release what is waiting. And I tell you this in love, if you open it, your life will never be the same. Your tomorrow will not look like your yesterday. The chains will fall. The burdens will lift. The shadows will scatter, and the light will rise in your life like the dawn. That is what waits for you now. That is what burns in the hands of heaven, ready to be poured into your life. But if you close this, if you dismiss it, if you turn away, then you will watch others live the life you were meant to live. And the regret will haunt you more than any failure ever could. That is why this feels so heavy. That is why this feels so urgent, because it truly is. My beloved child, hear me once more before the clock strikes silence. You have been circling the same mountain of delay, walking the same valley of confusion, tasting the same bitterness of disappointment. You have asked, why does nothing ever change for me? And heaven answers, because you kept passing by the doors we opened. Michael has been flashing messages, sending whispers, placing signs in your path, but you walked past them, thinking, maybe later, and later never came. That is why his voice now roars with fire. This is the last time. Do not delay again. Every second is sacred now. Every breath is weighed. Do you not feel how the atmosphere presses down heavier than usual? That is because this is not just a message on a screen. It is a meeting point between heaven and your soul. Right here, right now, eternity leans into time, and angels stand with swords drawn, waiting for your word. Your yes or no will determine whether they rush forward or retreat. That is how serious this is. Do not underestimate what is at stake in this moment. If you step into obedience now, the coming years of your life will not resemble the years behind you. You will witness blessings accelerate so quickly, you will wonder if you are dreaming. The enemy will retreat, chains will break, and what you thought was lost forever will be restored in ways you never imagined. But if you turn away, if you brush this off, then the years ahead will mirror the years behind. Same delays, same disappointments, same emptiness. And you will know, deep within, that it was not heaven who withheld, but you who refused. Michael's anger is not cruel. It is desperate love. He has fought for you for too long to let you sabotage yourself again. He says, do not test me. Do not test heaven. If you delay, the responsibility falls fully on you. These words are not meant to frighten you into despair, but to awaken you from your sleep. Heaven has invested too much in you to let you keep sleeping through your destiny. This is the trumpet blast that shakes the ground. This is the thunder that breaks the silence. This is your last wake-up call before the opportunity shifts away. Beloved, do you see the pattern? How many times did you almost give up, only to be pulled back at the last moment? How many times did you fall, only to rise again without knowing how? That was heaven refusing to lose you. That was Michael shielding you from the full force of what should have destroyed you. And now, after all that rescue, after all that protection, he refuses to let you throw away the miracle prepared for you. That is why his tone is fierce, because this is too important to lose. Your destiny is not only about you. It is about the countless lives tied to your obedience, your family, your friends, even strangers you have not met yet. They are waiting on the other side of your yes. Your choice will ripple through generations. Do you want your children and your children's children to inherit delay, or do you want them to inherit blessing? That decision begins here, now, in these 20 seconds of holy fire. The enemy is trembling right now. Darkness is panicking because it knows what happens if you choose light. It knows it will lose its grip on you forever. That is why your doubts scream louder, why distractions tug harder, why fear whispers more insistently. It is the final resistance before breakthrough. Push once more and the wall will crumble. Say yes once more and the flood will come. Do not let the enemy laugh because you handed him victory at the very edge of your breakthrough. Child, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your life if you obey now. Imagine doors opening so quickly you can barely keep up. Imagine waking with a peace that cannot be explained. Imagine calls coming, messages arriving, opportunities finding you without effort. Imagine chains snapping that you thought would never break. That is the life waiting behind your obedience, and it is real. It is already written in heaven's book. But heaven will not force it upon you. You must open the page yourself. And now, imagine the opposite. Imagine walking away from this moment. Imagine silence replacing the whispers you once heard. Imagine watching others receive what you prayed for, while your hands remain empty. Imagine carrying regret like a stone in your chest, whispering, "What if I had listened?" That pain is not necessary. That pain is not written for you. But it will become yours if you ignore this moment. That is why Michael's eyes blaze like fire, why his wings spread wide, why his sword glows brighter than the sun. He does not stand in your room to decorate it. He stands to deliver the final word. Choose now. Do not test him again. This is the last flash of heaven's mercy before silence. And beloved, I tell you this with trembling love, you will not hear another warning like this again. So what will you do? Will you scroll past, pretending this was ordinary? Or will you bow your head, open your heart, and whisper the yes that heaven has been waiting to hear? That yes does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be loud. Even a trembling, whispered yes will shake eternity. Because obedience is not about strength, it is about surrender. My beloved, you are chosen. You are seen. You are loved. And you are standing in the most important 20 seconds of your life. Do not waste them. Do not delay. Do not let this pass. Open your heart now and watch the flood of miracles pour into your life. For heaven has waited long enough. The angels have fought long enough. The trumpet has sounded. The gates are open. And your destiny is standing on the threshold, begging you to step through. Choose, child. Choose now. For your tomorrow depends on it. Child of light, you are still here, still listening. That means your soul has not turned away, no matter how heavy these words may feel. Do you know what that means in the realm of heaven? Every second you remain, the angels rejoice, for it means the enemy's grip is loosening. You may think you are simply reading words on a screen, but in the unseen world, your yes is already forming, and heaven can hear the sound of it even before it leaves your lips. You have wondered, why does Archangel Michael sound so intense? Why does this message feel so urgent? The answer is simple. Gentle whispers no longer reach you. You have overlooked too many soft signs, dismissed too many quiet nudges. So heaven decided to roar. Heaven decided to shake the ground. Heaven decided to flash this message before your eyes in a way you cannot ignore. This is not cruelty. This is mercy in its boldest form. When God loves you too much to let you remain blind, He will send thunder instead of whispers. Reflect on your journey, beloved. You have walked through valleys darker than most could bear. You have carried burdens that would have broken others. And yet, here you are. That is not weakness. It is evidence of angelic warfare on your behalf. Michael has carried you through nights you thought you would not survive. His sword has struck down enemies you never saw. His shield has covered you while you slept. Do you think all of that was so you could waste the blessing waiting for you now? No. He fought for this moment, for this exact window, for your yes. That is why He will not let you ignore it again. I tell you plainly, there is no more time to delay. You are standing at the edge of your harvest, and harvests do not wait forever. Fruit spoils when left untouched. Doors close when left unopened. Opportunities fade when left ignored. This is not to frighten you, beloved. It is to awaken you, because you have cried too many tears, prayed too many prayers, suffered too many delays to let everything slip through your fingers now. This is the moment to grasp what heaven has held for you all along. Do not believe the lie that you are unworthy. Worthiness was never the requirement. Love was, grace was. You have already been marked by heaven. Your scars do not disqualify you. They are proof of your survival. Your failures do not cancel your calling. They are fuel for your destiny. Every part of your story has been leading to this very second. You are not too broken, not too late, not too lost. You are exactly where heaven needs you to be, because heaven has orchestrated this very moment. Michael says again, do not test me. Do not test heaven. This is the last time I will flash this before your eyes. Those words should not make you tremble in fear, but tremble in awe. Do you know what it means for heaven to speak so directly? It means your life matters more than you realize. It means the Creator Himself has paused eternity to lean toward you. It means your destiny is so valuable that the greatest warrior angel of heaven was sent to make sure you did not miss it. That is not anger alone, it is honor. Look at your life. You have seen cycles repeat, patterns of hope and disappointment, rise and fall. Don't you want to break the cycle? Don't you want to step out of the loop and into something new? That newness is not far away. It is standing before you now. But cycles only break when choices break them. If you make the same choice again, delay, ignore, pretend, then the cycle will spin again. But if you choose differently now, the wheel will shatter and you will step onto a new path. That is why this moment feels heavier than all the others, because it is the one that can finally break the pattern. Beloved, your enemies are watching too. Those who thought you would never rise, those who laughed at your pain, those who counted you out, they are about to be silenced. But only if you obey. If you ignore this, their laughter will continue. If you step forward, their laughter will turn to awe. Michael does not want you to give your enemies the satisfaction of seeing you stuck again. He wants you crowned, honored, lifted, restored. That is why his tone is fiery.